Hey everyone, welcome to Diving In this week. We got a lot of things to talk about today, but before we begin, I'm trying to get these videos out every week, so a small like, comment, or even subscribe goes a long way. So, without further ado, let's just dive in. Can you believe someone is trying to sell their tweet for $2.5 million? Yeah, that's right. Jack Dorsey, one of the founders of Twitter, is trying to sell the first ever tweet he made, which literally says, "setting up my Twitter." It's not even spelled right. And he's trying to sell it for $2.5 million for something called an NFT. Now, if you're confused about what an NFT is, an NFT is something called non-fungible token. Now, the word fungible means non-replaceable. So unlike Bitcoin or other currencies, an NFT is something that is unique and they're being sold over the past week. For example, it started with Grimes selling her digital artwork for around $6 million, and even people like Logan Paul selling his Pokemon card unboxing. And just look at his website, it's all sold out. So when you buy an NFT, it's like buying a cryptocurrency, but it's buying these goods or these experiences or these moments that give you total authority. For example, if I create an art piece for you, you get to keep that art piece in its original format. Doesn't matter if it's digital, doesn't matter if it's print, it's authenticated by me for you. If you still don't get it, have a look at this TikTok.
I just sold my crypto art for $3,000, like just right now. This is my art piece and it took 24 hours to sell for 2 Ethereum, which is $3,000. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this. This is crazy. Ethereum is like a cryptocurrency. It's like the second largest cryptocurrency behind Bitcoin. And now artists like me who've never been able to make any money on their digital art can now make money on their digital art. Like, this is insane. And I know you're thinking, why would I buy a digital art piece if I could just like copy it online? It's an NFT. So basically it's like certified. Like you have the original piece, kind of like the Mona Lisa. You know, there's a whole bunch of copies of the Mona Lisa, but there's only one Mona Lisa. One. And they have it. And that's why it's so dope, because it's so rare. So start buying crypto art.
Okay. Now this started very recently and it's still on the uprising. For example, take a look at some of these tweets. For example, this digital art, where it's just a mixture of different art, and the current bid is around $3 million. Next we have, I guess it looks like a GIF of some kind, but it's being sold for 1,390 Ethereum, which is around $2 million. And finally, we have Kings of Leon coming out with their latest album as an NFT and are selling them for $50 each. So at the end of the day, these NFTs are like digital experiences. Now it's up to you whether you want to spend about $5 million for a piece to hang in on your wall or to be part of the experience. Personally, for me, it's great for the creators. They're getting different avenues to earn money, but at the same time, is it worth every penny? And next we're gonna talk about one of our favorite topics, vaccines. Now, Johnson & Johnson just came out with their vaccine and there is a lot of controversy around this vaccine. Let's just talk about a few of them. Meanwhile, where Pfizer and Moderna have about 95 to 97% accuracy, Johnson & Johnson only has 75% accuracy. However, while the other two, which is Moderna and Pfizer, require 2 shots, Johnson & Johnson requires only 1 shot. The good thing about the Johnson & Johnson vaccine is that they're much easier to store, as they don't have to be stored in freezers and they can be stored for more than 3 months compared to Pfizer and Moderna, which require high-tech freezers to actually store and brings a lot of complications while transporting them from one place to another. But the real controversy comes when the bishops have a problem with vaccines Yeah, that's right, we're gonna talk about religion. And now the Council of Bishops came out and talked about why we should ignore and say no to the Johnson & Johnson vaccine because it's been made or tested by fetal tissue. All of the vaccine manufacturers such as Pfizer, Moderna use fetal line testing. But what Johnson & Johnson did is used it for extensive testing, development, as well as production. That does not mean that there are fetal bits or tissues in these vaccines. They're just being used for testing. This Johnson & Johnson situation keeps getting worse and worse because we have protests all over US and Canada refusing to take the vaccine. But folks, listen to me. We are not in a situation where we can pick and choose what type of vaccine we want. I mean, we're not going to a supermarket and deciding whether we're gonna take ripe apples or green apples or red apples. It's about saving lives. In our final news, Texas has finally opened up. Restaurants, bars, and other places are gonna be working with full capacity, and there are no mass restrictions.
Across the country right now, restaurants, bars, and other businesses are starting to ease COVID restrictions.
It is now time to open Texas 100%.
Indirectly, he's literally saying it's now time to raise infections by 100%. Deaths have just started to steady in the United States of America, but in no way to a place where it's safe to open up. Only 7.1% of the entire 30 million population of Texas has been vaccinated. Even local businesses are worried and are questioning this decision of why Texas was opened and have openly said that their staff will still follow all precautions and will ask customers to please have their masks on.
We're still going to encourage our customers to wear masks because I think it is probably safer. Our staff is still going to wear masks.
I don't know about you, but I see a lot of Karens giving problems to these local business owners refusing to follow these conditions or even wearing a mask. I mean, even the United States Disease Control Center had this to say.
These control wards, that light, could be an oncoming train.
We continue to see troubling signs in the trajectory of the pandemic in the U.S.
After a brief leveling off, in the last week, the number of COVID-19 infections and deaths are growing again.
And with spring break right around the corner, it's COVID central, baby. I don't think Texas should even open up. I mean, when your local businesses are pleading you not to open, that should be a straight up sign for you to not open. And that's it for today's episode, folks. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you like, comment, and subscribe, and we'll see you next week.